I have always wanted a keyboard that could strike that balance between being slim, portable, and versatile enough to work across both Mac and Windows. And after using full-size mechanical keyboards for years, I finally tried my very first low-profile mechanical keyboard, the NuPhy Air75 V3. Now, I'll say this right away, this isn't a perfect keyboard. It comes with a few quirks and adjustments you'll need to make if you're coming from a regular mechanical board. But here's the thing, those are adjustments I'm actually willing to make because of how thin, lightweight, and downright practical this keyboard is. Before we go further, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I'm Renzo and I feature interesting or affordable tech gadgets on this channel, so do subscribe if you want to see more. Alright, let's get into the Air75 V3. On NuPhy's website, the Air75 V3 retails for $139.95 for the rest of the world. But if you're here in the Philippines, you can get it through imports at around 8,500 pesos unofficially. I will leave links down in the description box below, and here's a bonus. If you're one of the first 100 orders, you can use my link for an exclusive 10% discount, so definitely check that out if you're interested. The first thing that struck me about the Air75 V3 is how slim and light it is for a mechanical board. It's only 13.2mm thin and weighs about 724 grams. That's lighter than some tablets, which makes it so easy to just grab and move around with one hand. Now, it's not as thin as Apple's Magic Keyboard, but honestly, it doesn't have to be, because unlike the Magic Keyboard, this one still packs a 4000 mAh battery inside. NuPhy claims you can get about 60 to 100 hours with RGB on, and up to 1200 hours or 50 days if you turn LEDs off. In my actual use, I usually keep the LEDs on and get about 4 to 5 days of use before recharging. That's really solid for something this slim. NuPhy did a great job balancing build quality and portability. The top case is aluminum, while the rest is ABS plastic. It still feels premium, especially with the double-shot PBT keycaps. And yes, the switches are hot swappable, which gives you flexibility if you want to swap them out down the line. They also went with a gasket mount design and plate-mounted stabilizers, which you don't usually see on low-profile keyboards. Typing feels cushioned yet firm, kind of in between a laptop keyboard and a standard Mac. You get 3 typing angles at 4, 8, and 10 degrees. NuPhy gives you 3 switch options here. Brown Nano for tactile with higher actuation force, Red Nano which is linear, medium actuation force, and Blush Nano which is another linear but with the lowest actuation force. I'm using the Red Nano, and in my experience, it's not totally silent, but it's still soft to the touch. You still get a nice tactile bump and that mechanical sound, but the actuation force is lighter compared to most full-size tactile switches I've used. It's a good balance if you want that middle ground. That said, if you think going low profile automatically means a super quiet typing experience, that's not the case here. I've definitely tested quieter mechanical boards. One unique design choice here is the north-facing RGB LEDs. From a typing angle, they actually look softer and less harsh on the eyes. Another cool touch, there are 2 LED strips on each side. They also function as your caps lock and battery indicators. The only thing I don't love about this is that you need to memorize the color codes, which isn't exactly intuitive. Thankfully, you can turn it off through software if you want. This is a 75% layout keyboard, which I personally love. You get the function row without the keyboard being too wide. It keeps things compact while still giving me the keys I actually use daily. The keyboard comes with some colored keycaps that you can assign different functions to through the software, but if you want something extra, NuPhy also includes a removable knob accessory in the box. You just need to swap them out using the provided tools. It's a nice option, but I do have one complaint. That knob handle pops off way too easily. Now, other box inclusions are a set of extra keycaps, a keycap and switch puller, colored USB-C cable, and a Torx screwdriver for the knob. Be careful with that tiny screw though, they only give you one and there's no spare, and unlike some other brands, NuPhy doesn't throw in extra switches, which I found a little disappointing at this price point. This is where NuPhy really surprised me. The Air75 V3 uses a web-based software at NuPhy.io. Just connect your keyboard in wired mode and you're good to go. This is honestly the cleanest looking keyboard software I've ever used. It's laid out properly, easy to navigate, and not bloated. You get 4 customizable layers, and while the basic remapping and macros are there, the only advanced setting you'll see is SOCD, which isn't a big deal since this keyboard is mainly meant for typing and productivity, not competitive gaming, even though it supports 1000 Hz polling rate in wired and dongle mode. One thing to note, you'll need to customize separately for Mac and Windows. You can't just plug into a Mac and expect your Windows layer to carry over. And this is where the Air75 V3 really won me over. The layout resembles my MacBook Pro keyboard, so as someone who uses both Mac and Windows daily, switching between devices feels seamless. All it takes is a toggle switch and it doesn't mess with my muscle memory. This is a big deal for me. Most mechanical keyboards force you to adjust your muscle memory because the control, function, command, and option keys are rearranged. But with the Air75 V3, I didn't have to retrain my hands. That said, there was one adjustment I needed to make. The spacing between the keys feels slightly different compared to standard mechanical keyboards. For the first 3 days, my typing speed and accuracy dipped, but after a bit of practice, I got used to it and was back to typing comfortably. For me, that's an easier adjustment compared to relearning where modifier keys are. In daily use, this has easily become my go-to keyboard. It's slim enough to move around like a mouse, light enough to carry in a bag, and it doesn't compromise on feel. The NuPhy Air75 V3 is my first low-profile mechanical keyboard, and honestly, it's set the bar high. It's not without its quirks, the easily removable knob and the slight key spacing adjustment, but the positives far outweigh them. It's slim, lightweight, versatile, and works beautifully across both Mac and Windows. The typing experience is satisfying, the software is well designed, and the overall build quality feels premium without being bulky. So yes, despite the learning curve, this is going to be my daily keyboard moving forward. It's great for typing, more than capable for gaming, and most importantly, it doesn't get in the way of my workflow across 2 operating systems. If you're looking for a portable, premium, and practical low-profile mechanical keyboard, the NuPhy Air75 V3 is an easy recommendation. So that's it for this one. Drop a sub or like if you feel like supporting the channel, and as always, until the next one, stay safe.